Hey everyone, ArchTalko here, welcoming you back to Xenoblade. In the previous episode, we just had the best reunion with the family, and I cried, and Dumbman cried, and everyone cried. Today we have a lot of exciting stuff in store. First off, you're going to notice that we have a brand new Monado skin made by yours truly. I'm calling this one the Mechon Monado. I'm honestly really proud with how this one turned out. I think it looks pretty snazzy, along with our new outfits. Everyone, except Charlotte, because I really like the way that she is still looking, has brand new outfit going on, so that's pretty cool. But you'll also notice that we have a certain silky quality to our frame rate. I'm using No More Try's 60 FPS patch, which is really similar to the one I showed off in Valk Mountain, except for like 99% of its issues have been taken care of. So he did amazing, amazing work. I'll leave a link down in the description to his thread if you want to check it out yourself. It's so good and it's really well optimized. But Linada last episode told us to just kind of explore the village and talk with the Machina. So let's do just that. This little guy is a Machina kid, and you'll notice that he looks really, really similar to just regular Homs. It really makes me wonder if maybe they go through a sort of metamorphosis thing where that Mechon pod thing is like a cocoon of sorts, and when they get old enough, maybe they blossom out like the lanky atrocities that we've seen from the Mechon, or from the Machina, I should say. Or like maybe, I don't know, maybe the Mechon parts themselves become one with them as they grow. I don't know how it works, but they're really, really interesting to me. So we also have a heart-to-heart here between Fiora and Charlotte, so not too bad. Green Affinity, we'll get that in no time. Hopefully we'll show that off pretty soon. We also girl, you're made of metal. What? No, honey, what are you? You're gonna rust. What are you? I have so many questions. What are you looking for? I just anyway. Digit 5 Beach and Digit 1 Crevasse. She's saying that lots of Mechon, kind of warning us that it's just swarming with the things. So a little bit of foreshadowing to where we're going to be going. And also we have a Mechon, or a Machina, I keep calling the Mechon, a Machina, Roxette, rescuing Carlos and Natalia, both Homs living in the village. And I mean, well, I'm not saying they're the same person or anything, but have you ever seen them in the same room at the same time? I think not. Okay, so we actually have just one Homs here in the village, both Carlos and Natalia. They're both the same person, is essentially what she's saying. What are you looking at? All right, moving on. I don't want to spend too much time talking to everyone, but I do want to make sure that we have at least a decent chunk of time, so I'm thinking like maybe until sunset or so. I don't know eyes. Huh, well, we'll make sure to keep our eyes out for him. Ooh. Sorry. Anyway, what do I think of Fallen Arm? Oh, well, no, I think that's valid. Like, I mean, I was gonna say that I think this place is really pretty, but it really does just exude this, like, this atmosphere of seclusion, right? It's either part of the Mechonis or really the Bionis, either just kind of its own thing, like truly the purgatory of the Xenoblade universe. You can kind of see Bionis. There it is. It's funny that we can see the little horn of Valk Mountain poking up over the rim, but no, really, like, huh? Valid point, Neonic. Very valid point. And who knows? Maybe we can hook you up with some friends too. But no, not yet. But also, Machina Villager. First off, I'm sorry that your parents didn't love you enough to give you a name. Also, I don't think anyone clued you in yet. It's actually just one Hom. Not have you met those Homs? It's just the Hom, Natalia Carlos, because we've already established that they are just one person. So, hi there. Hi. Oh, really now? Oh. Hi there. Oh, I'm sorry, Shilks. This place has too many shops. Hey, I don't know if you noticed. Hey, Shilks. This place has one shop. If that's not the most, like, if that's not the most passive-aggressive Yelp review I've ever heard, then I don't know what is. Shilk's just the master at that underhanded comment, man. Oh, really? Oh, uh-oh. Sounds like Kazat's got some lady problems, and, well, actually, hold up. See, there's your #1 problem, Kazat. Every rightful man knows that the wifey pawn is always correct. Every single time, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And also, yes, it's a wifey pawn, even if it's a robot, every wife is a wifey pawn. Okay, that's just a law. Also, I saw you try to sneak past me, Veronic. Really like her design. Almost got this like ram's horn thing going on, but Yeah, her son. Just this is the same kid that the Machina child was talking about. His name's Orchitix, and she loves him so much. Anyway, oh, it's so cute. Oh, I love talking to the Machina because first off, we get to see them dissolve into buildings. These are like Machina housing units, essentially. But also, you just get this picture that they're no more different than you or me or any of the other characters that we've met along the way. They're people with their own problems and interests and love. And even here, Rizaka, she has this sibling rivalry that I've experienced firsthand, not like myself, but through other family members that have dealt with being jealous of an older, quote-unquote, better sibling. I love talking to the Machina. And here too, yeah, dang straight, man, this village is so cool. Located on the palm of the hand. Let's actually, hold up. Let's zoom out and let's see the full scale of this place. Yeah, it truly is on the palm of the hand. What a great location, gotta say. It's also like, I feel like it's kind of a mirror to Colony 9 in the sense that it's kind of overlooking, it's like, it's very low in elevation, and it's kind of surrounded by these walls with like a bunch of water that's probably formed from like rainwater and stuff over time. Or maybe they're just gaps in this wall from like the beach and all that stuff just coming in. But I don't know, it's just really, really cool location. Oh, and that's another thing too. Let's go ahead. I'm going to show this off too. Let me... Okay, so if you were really astute, you might have been wondering throughout the game why the Mechonis still had 2 arms, even though we witnessed firsthand during the big battle that Mechonis lost the arm that obviously is now fallen arm. Egil made a replacement. It explains so much, even like why this hand is so off color, not matching the rest of the Mechonis. It's just, again, it's such a neat little attention to detail that just goes a long way in making this world feel cool. And I do love that they give an actual explanation for why the Mechonis now has an arm again. Just, not an Armageddon, an arm again. Anyway, actually it's, ooh, looks like our time is kind of dwindled down. It's already, yeah, it is sunset time, so we've barely scratched the surface on all these different interpersonal relationships here at Machina Village, but I think it's high time we come back in and talk with Linada. So let's go ahead and hear her out.
So, are you Mechon?
In one sense we are, and in another we are not. It is a fact that the weapons you call the Mechon were created by our civilization. However, we were born from the Mechonis. By your understanding, it would be correct to say that we are the same as Mechon.
A form of mechanical life born of the Mechonis. Is that correct?
From our perspective, you are forms of organic life born of the Bionis.
Life born of the Mechonis? So there is life here, just like on Bionis?
Explain to us why you invaded our world. What did we ever do to you?
I understand your feelings, but please, there is much yet to tell you.
Dunban, please hear her out.
But...
These Machina, they're good people.
Fiora?
You do not look fully functional.
Ever since she was given this body, she hasn't been feeling too good. But we honestly don't know what to do.
Do you mean to tell me you are not Machina? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I'm okay. Really.
Nonsense. I am a doctor. Do not worry. I specialize in people in your situation. Just as I thought, you were transformed into a face unit. You are experiencing a functional breakdown in multiple locations. I will take her to my laboratory. The Chief will answer your questions. He is waiting for you in Junks.
For us?
We will speak later.
Shulk, I'm...
Fiora.
Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on her.
Thanks.
Man, it's like as soon as we got her back, now she's taken away from us again. So before we go see the Chief, let's go upstairs on Junks and let's pay all 3 of them a visit first. So, yeah, sprawled out on the, what I can only assume is some sort of like operating table of all things. Fiora, I thought I'd never see you again. You're gonna get better, aren't you? You better? Just saying. Or me and Linada are gonna give you these hands, yo. I understand how you feel, but don't worry. I'll take good care of her. You know what? I think Fiora's in good hands. She kept hold of her own thoughts and personality, even that body. She must be such a strong girl. You said it, man. You said it. Now, Linada, what do you say? Any more time to observe her condition? Leave her with me. You can go see the chief. Okay, okay. Well, yep, it's out of our hands for now, but they got this. They got this. So with that, let's go step outside of Junk's. Wrong door. Okay, let's try that again. With that, let's go see the chief. Whoops.
Huh. He's massive.
I get a kick out of seeing people's faces every time.
We were told that you were waiting for us.
That's right. I've been waiting a long time. Waiting for you to accept my request.
Request?
But first, let me ask. The sword the young man is holding, is that the Monado?
It is.
And the destruction of the fortress on the sword, was that your lot's doing?
Yes, although unfortunately we were unable to stop Egil.
Egil?
Do you know him? He claims to be the leader of Mechonis.
This Egil that you fought is one of our people. He's my son.
Your son?
Actually, my request is about him as well.
Ah.
I want you to kill Egil.
Dearest Homs and Nopon representatives, my humble gratitude for accepting our invitation. I am Kallian Antiqua, Regent of the High Entia.
We all know who you are. You High Entia have kept yourselves safe, remaining spectators to our destruction. Why call upon us now?
As stated in my invitation, it is our intention to form an allied force from the peoples of Bionis, with which we will confront Mechonis.
Look at you. One little scratch and you're already crying for help.
I cannot deny this. The attack did serve as the catalyst, but the fact remains that things have changed.
When we needed help at the Battle of Sword Valley, our cries were ignored. Give me one good reason why we should bother.
I understand your anger. Our selfishness was inexcusable. However, please hear what I have to say. Listen to why our stance has changed.
Stop talking if you like, but no promises we'll stick around to the end.
We High Entia were mistaken. We believed that if we were attacked by the Mechon, our power alone could repel them. But a brave group of young heroes showed us the error of our ways. When the Mechon descended upon Aerith Sea, Shulk fought with a courage I have never seen. I was most surprised to see that this group was comprised of different races. Homs, Nopon, High Entia. Although different, they trusted one another as friends. As just one inhabitant of Bionis, I desired to... No, I felt compelled to become strong like them.
Their strength came from the Monado. Bravery only gets you so far in this world.
Then you will not join us?
Hold your horses, son. I said they didn't win with bravery alone, but they wouldn't have got far without it. All right. You can count on our help.
The Nopon will join too. The Hum-Hum and Bird people are friends of the Nopon. We will fight together.
Dixon, are you leaving?
Yeah. It's just I felt this sudden pain in the neck.
Is that your response?
Don't go jumping the gun there, Prince. I'll leave the colony's forces with old Atharon here. You can use them however you want. I've got somewhere I need to be.
Might I ask where?
A battle's more than just a head-on assault. The sooner you realize that, the better. I better go and remind Shulk and all.
So you know of their whereabouts?
I told you. I've got a pretty good idea.
Dixon!
Yeah?
If you should meet Shulk...
What?
I have something I want you to tell him.
You want us to kill your son? That is no small request.
There are hardly any of us Machina left on Mechonis. Back when the Bionis and the Mechonis were fighting, the Bionis almost completely wiped us out. I suppose the Bionis just didn't want us around. Lady Mayneth fought the Bionis for us. In the end, the two Titans wounded each other and entered a deep slumber.
Who was Lady Mayneth?
The creator of Mechonis. You could say that she is the Mechonis itself.
You talk like you saw all this. Ain't this all just an ancient myth?
I know I look young, but I'm actually quite old. I saw the whole thing with my own eyes.
You can't be serious.
The people of Mechonis must have a longer lifespan. Just like we High Entia live far longer than Homs.
I get that, but he can't have lived that long.
But why do you want your son dead? From what you've told us, I would have thought you'd want us to destroy the Bionis rather than kill your own son.
Egil was a brilliant young man. Clever, strong, and kind to the less able. But he never forgave the Bionis for what it did, and he swore to take revenge.
So he wants to do to us what the Bionis did to the Machina?
Correct. Egil is trying to eradicate all innocent life on Bionis. He has to be stopped.
Didn't you ever try to stop him?
We tried once. A lot of people were killed. He's blinded by revenge. Even Lady Mayneth herself couldn't convince him to stop.
Where is Egil now?
Most likely the Mechonis capital. He's trying to restore its former glory all by himself.
I feel sorry for him.
Oi! What are you talking about? Did you forget what he did to us?
I haven't forgotten or forgiven. But Egil's clearly suffered a lot in his life. You don't feel any sympathy at all?
All I know is, this stinks. Who cares what he's been through?
Rhine!
I understand about Egil. But why us? You should be aware that Shulk's sword, the Monado, has the power to destroy Mechonis weaponry. It's said that it was once the sword of the Bionis. Doesn't the very sight of it make you quiver?
Zanza.
Huh?
Oh, just talking to myself. If you're gonna kill Egil, you'll need all of that sword's power. That's how strong Egil is. But enough talk. You must be tired. Take your time and think it over. Until the young lady's treatment is finished, feel free to spend time in our village.
She has done well to survive such injury.
What do you mean? Is she sick?
Since you seem to have knowledge of Hom's medicine, I'll explain it like this. I'm afraid she's had several of her organs removed. Am I correct in assuming she was configured to operate inside a Mechon?
That's right.
She has been transformed into a Mechon's central nerve unit. Her blood can now circulate through a Mechon's components.
How?
I believe her immune system is now configured for compatibility with the Mechon. That's why her strength has depleted.
But you can treat her, can't you? Please.
Of course. Even as a Machina doctor, I cannot turn a blind eye to this butchery. With our equipment, she will regain her strength, but she will be stuck with this body. I cannot restore her flesh and blood Hom's body.
That's okay. I don't want to be a burden to Shulk. I don't care if I have a machine body. Just make it so I can fight beside him.
Fiora, leave it to me. If that is your wish, I'll do my best. I must implant a new circulation system for her immune functions. But we have one problem.
A problem?
I don't have a piezoelectric unit, which is required to control such a system. As long as she remains on this bed, the life support machine can compensate, but to move around freely, she must have the piezoelectric unit. The same unit is used in Mechon, so if you were to find some Mechon parts...
But where?
Well, outside of the village at the base of Digit 5, there's a beach. Debris from above washes ashore there. You might be able to find one among the Mechon wreckage.
We'll take a look. The beach at the base of Digit 5, right?
Yes. It gives off a faint red glow, so it might be easier to find at night.
All right, so now that we know what's up, let's go ahead and start Fiora's treatment. So, I gotta say, man, I love Mikkel. He has such a cool design. A little dark, asking us to kill his son and all, but just his design is so cool. Especially I love his little like stubbly legs. I don't know. He's just great overall. Now you see on the map, we do have some side quests available to us now. Again, this isn't a side quest video, so while it makes sense for me to be taking these on now, I'm gonna just kind of corral them all into their own separate video things, so we will not be taking any of them. What are you? Oh, did I already talk to you? Oh, we're already kind of getting familiar with Orctix's situation. Oh, but we do have Carlos, one of the homs that they were talking about. They say the machina that saved me saves people for a living. Man, so it just really reinforces that the machina aren't the bad guys here. And you'll notice too that he is wearing the Defense Force uniform. So it kind of reinforces that whole fact that he was probably from the Battle of the Sword Valley, back to the intro with Dunban, Dixon, and Mumkar. So just really cool stuff. It's like non-verbal storytelling type things where like you can make inferences on your own. Well, I think we found that Ice character that they were talking about. Hey, want to take a grave with me? Something like a good burial to forget about all the bad things. These burials are fun. Come on, everyone, get into it. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we'll get into him in a little bit. He's quite the character. I got it. Oh god, they followed. Oh, I didn't mean to hit the thing. Oh, they followed us here from Sword Valley. Oh, get me out of here. But actually, thankfully, it's debris. It's not the real thing. You, me, and debris. Oh, still though, I'll never forget. I was actually legitimately terrified when I saw this thing for the first time, my first playthrough. Either way though, we actually need to kill these wolves to get their materials for a future quest. So most of the enemies of Fallen Arm will drop stuff that we need for quests. So there's probably going to be a lot of just kind of throwaway fights I'm going to be doing just to stock up on stuff, just make the side quest vids a little bit faster. But yeah, man, I was so terrified of that thing my first playthrough. But he was point blank. What? Ooh, silver chest. Looks like we got ourselves another hide. Yeah, sweet. Now, if I'm not mistaken, yep. I also need to fight this M56, so... And nope, we didn't get it there. Did we? Yes, dated frame. Okay, so we'll need, I think we need like 2 or 3 data frames. Not 100% sure on that one, but either way, not too many. Are you, hold up, is that scout gonna alert them all? Wow, what a guy. Okay, well, yeah, let's take care of this bunch of jokers. Oh, sure, Ricky. Tell Little Pond all about the way that Shulk and Co. just watched a scout Mechon slowly walk over to another group of Mechon and then get their butts handed to them. It's great storytelling right there. Either way, though, Digit 1 Crevasse. This is what that one Mechon was telling us about, and you know, true to a word, it was pretty densely packed. There's the word with Mechon. So yeah. I also have, I don't know if it's funny story, maybe it's closer to sad story. My first playthrough, it took me hours to find like this waterway passageway. This is the only way, as far as I know, to get to the beach that we need to get to in order to get that piezoelectric unit, and it took me forever to figure it out. I legitimately don't know why. I don't know what my issue was. Actually, a similar thing happened back at Sword Valley after the fight with Mumkar. One of my like stuck points was for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to get to the entrance of Galahad Fortress. Like, for whatever reason, that like lower leveled walkway was just the most elusive thing in the world to me. And I just don't understand why in both cases it was so hard for me. But you know what, let's take care of this boy real quick. Ooh, yeah, that's the stuff I'm looking for. Silver chest, ahoy, and that's, yes, it is. Okay, so I think we should be pretty set on our data frames. So, awesome, already have that taken care of. Now, you'll notice on the mini-map, northwest of us, there's a heart-to-heart, and we are going to be going over that because it's also home to a very, very special landmark. But for now, I'm gonna really talk about that next episode. So, for now, I'm gonna go for this landmark instead. If we make our way over to this bridge... any minute now. Connecting bridge. Oh, connecting bridge. I forgot that guy spawns in every single time you go to the entrance of connecting bridge. I forget every single time. God dang it. Oh God. Oh, I'm so happy that sunset's just like starting to form. Okay. All right. Hello, boys. Boys Town, USA. Hey, look, compadres, join in on the fun, my guys. Just everyone. It's a bonanza all up in here. My overall thoughts on Fallen Arm. I think this place is gorgeous. I love the Mechon debris alongside all the nature and all the fun stuff. Again, it's just really symbolic, I think, of the whole purgatory. Not part of Mechonis, not part of Violence, not really fitting anywhere in nature. So that's really cool. God, okay, you know, fine. Burger King, have your way. This is Splendid Bodis. He's patrolling Digify Beach. It's almost impossible not to fight him when you're trying to get the part that Fiora needs. So yeah, we'll take care of him. But the thing about Fallen Arm is that, to me, it's never really straightforward to get from point A to point B on here. You always have to like go around a bunch of obstacles, or it can be really convoluted. That on top of it just being swarming with Mechon that at least your first time through are going to be like either your level or even higher level than you. You're going to be getting in all loads of fight. Ricky, come back! Ricky, don't be a hero, come back! I guess he did activate hero time, so I guess it was convenient for him. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, between the just huge density of enemies and the convoluted nature of it, I never really enjoy Fallen Arm my first time like exploring it, but then when we come back, it's not as bad. Okay, I kind of went for the first green thing that I saw. Oops. Dang it! Oh, this could have been such a better topple. Man, I really screwed the pooch on that one. Well, actually, speaking of which, you may have noticed that that's a brand new art, so let's talk about it real quick. That was Demon Slayer, which, by the way, is a pretty bamfy name, gotta say. Dumban just on point with his art names. It is, if you can tell by the green color, it is a topple art, but you'll notice that even though the enemy was broken, even though we were in a chain tag, which should guarantee a topple, it didn't work. Because what you have to do is you have to defeat an enemy using Demon Slayer in order to topple the remaining enemies that surround that enemy. It's a really cool art. I feel like this art really it really allows the skill gap for Dumban to increase like exponentially, because it can be really difficult to pull off. You really have to be observant with the battle and know what your party members are doing. You have to know like sort of percent-wise where they're at HP-wise to know the proper time to time it out. I would say like timing-wise, it's probably about as long as like Shaker Edge or just Fiora is one that I can't remember the name of right now. Cross Impact, that's one. So it takes a lot of skill, in my opinion, to use correctly. But if you do, the rewards are so great. Ooh yeah, that's a nice burst affinity. So yeah, it's a great art. I highly recommend just using it. I love it to death. And chain attack that wasn't necessary. Oh yeah, boys, we take that. Awesome, not a bad fight. I also want to say real quick too, the thing with the 60 FPS patch is that there's no longer any instances where the aura bursts are like twice speed, so that's not too bad. But they are significantly harder because now you essentially have to be like frame perfect in order to get like the better burst affinity, where you get like 3 hearts of affinity as opposed to just 1. So it can be one drawback. I've have muscle memory of the 30 FPS one, and it consistently is messing me up because you need better timing to get the proper one for 60 FPS. But anyway, let's go ahead and take care of these guys that are guarding Fiora's part. Okay, not too shabby. Also, Linada, it's a red item orb. You can see it at daytime or nighttime. Don't give me any of that nonsense. Ugh. Actually, I was gonna meet you guys back at Junks, but something I do want to draw attention to real quick too, is that we actually have this enclosed metal pipe that could be a shortcut, but it's closed off to us. But back on Junks, we have the unit. Let's deliver the goods. And just let's fix our girl, man. I want her back. I want her to be good and happy and healthy and eating all her Lucky Charms. We did. So let's see how this all goes.
I think we found it. Is this the piezoelectric unit?
Yes, that's it. Well done.
Linada, will Fiora be okay now?
She'll be fine. It will just take me a little time to reconfigure and install the unit. Leave it to me. You get some rest.
But...
Shulk, do you want her to see you looking exhausted when she wakes up?
You're right. I'll try and get some rest. Thank you for everything you're doing.
By the way...
Yes?
The chief says he wants to speak with you. I think it's about Egil.
I'll go and see him. He wants Egil stopped. And so do we, but I need to sleep on it.
Good. You mustn't overburden yourself. We will help you in any way we can.
Thank you.
So again, I do think that Fiora's in good hands. We'll just let Linada and Charlotte do their thing, you know? Like it ain't no thing. So yeah, next episode we'll grab some sleep and we'll discuss things in the morning with Mikal. And there's a lot that I want to talk about. Oh, actually, hold up. Actually, before we end things off, hold up. I think they appear in the daytime, like afternoonish. Yes, they do. Okay. Hi, I'd like to introduce you to the greatest NPC of Machina Village. I've been ordered to perform maintenance on Junks. I've got to keep it ship shape. What do you mean? It's already shaped like a ship. So dumb. Okay. Anyway, now that the very pressing matter has been fully addressed, and that we've lost our great rain aesthetic, man, that's sad. I wanted the rain. Oh, this is the hotel that we'll be getting Aziz in. So we will be taking a rest. Not right now though, because anyway, that's gonna be for today. Thank you all so much for watching me play. Next episode, we have a lot to discuss. There's a lot more that I want to talk about in regards to McCall and the whole thing going on between him and Egil. Like, a guy asking you to kill his son, it's no small thing, and I feel like we've kind of glanced over that. So I want to talk about that more in depth, and just McCall in general. And I want to explore Fallen Arm. There's a lot more to see. So either way, see you for the next episode.
Shulk, I'm...
Fiora.